The best way to communicate with your spouse without fighting is probably smoke signals. But since that's probably illegal and at this point you would be committing arson or something and there's a high risk of fire or setting your house on fire or your children on fire, we're gonna say you're not gonna do that. So short of smoke signals, the best way to communicate with your spouse without fighting by far, in my opinion, is to use an application that is designed for co-parents who are parting ways or living separately as a non-traditional family with children or not, via an app like something like Talking Parents or Our Family Wizard, where you are not going to have someone approach you, text you out of the blue in the middle of the day when you're in the middle of your workday, catch you off guard, and get you all in your feelings. So these apps are designed for people who are co-parents or spouses who are parting ways to be able to just check in on the matters that they still have in common once a day or so, and at a time that they're prepared for it. They are ready. They're emotionally prepared. They're physically prepared. They're in a place where they can tend to it. So I highly recommend that. The other thing that's really important when you're communicating so that you don't fight is to just choose not to fight. You do not have to go to every fight that you are invited to. Do not take the bait. Do not be the bait. Do not take the bait. Do not be the bait. If you get the text out of the blue and it triggers you, or it's nasty, or it's designed to provoke you, you know that. That's how you got here in the first place. You're getting a divorce because that was what's going on. Expect it, look at it like it's a bad movie, and laugh it off and say, wow, yeah, I'm glad I'm doing this. It's time. It's time. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Don't take the bait. And again, don't be the bait either. If you find out that he's got a new girlfriend, she's dating, a baseball player from wherever, it doesn't matter. Let it go. Don't be the bait. Don't provoke. Don't do it. That's it. Don't fight. You don't have to fight. Fighting is a choice. Stress is a choice. This is stressful enough all by itself. If you want to choose to provoke one another, you can. Have at it. I won't be able to help you with that. Your dynamic existed before you ever met your lawyer. So if your lawyer tells you not to fight, don't fight. As you are on your divorce journey with your co-parent, you're going to have to face some things that were problems probably during the course of the marriage, and now they're ratcheted up a couple levels. A lot of levels, let's be honest. And the things that you were doing to one another to provoke, to invade one another's space that got you here in the first place are potentially going to still be a problem. And there may be a time when you have to say, hey, I need some boundaries around this. Things that you want to put boundaries around are: don't show up at my house unannounced without a plan. Don't make last minute plans with the kids. Don't make promises to our children that you can't keep and that I don't know about. Don't make plans with our children that I don't know about. These are just solid boundaries, and you need to do the same. So if you're asking for a boundary with your co-parent, you've got to stand by that same boundary. So don't ask for something that you're not going to maintain yourself. Let's say you're in the middle of a hot and heavy divorce proceeding that all of a sudden went quiet, and it didn't go quiet for a good reason. It went quiet because your spouse is just not participating. They're not complying. They're not complying with court orders. They're not complying with your mediated agreement. They're not complying with discovery requests. They're not exchanging what they need to exchange at the right time. They're not giving the mandatory disclosures. You're completely in the dark about how you're going to be able to resolve this. Well, in order to get your spouse to the table, you're going to get your divorce at the end of the day. So just know that. But to get them to play ball, we're going to need to go to the court and say, Your Honor, my spouse is not complying with your orders, I would like to hold the court to hold him in contempt of court. And that may have to happen multiple times. And in all likelihood, if they're still not complying, the case is going to go to trial and it is going to be expensive. So if your spouse is ultimately just not going to cooperate or follow court orders or participate in the process, your case is likely going to go to trial. And be prepared that that means that your wallet may hurt, but because of the non-compliance, your attorney can ask your spouse to pay your attorney's fees due to the fact that he or she is non-compliant. If you have any questions about how best to communicate with your ex, how to deal with an ex that won't communicate with you during the divorce process, feel free to give Brava Law a call and set up a consult.